Justice for George! Justice for George! Justice for George!
Black Lives
Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
For George Floyd! Black Lives Matter! Justice 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 George Floyd! Black Lives Matter! Justice George Floyd! Black Lives Matter! Justice George Floyd! Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter! Justice for George Floyd!
Black Lives Matter! 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 But, you know, it is what it is.
Everybody kneel!
4th of July.
I can't breathe.
What did he say? I can't breathe. What did he say? I can't breathe. What did he say? I can't breathe. What did he say? I can't breathe. What did he say? I can't breathe. What do we say? Justice for George. What do we say?
Justice for George.
Justice for George. Justice for George. Justice for George. Justice for George.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, fantastic.
Repost it, because then we can all share it tomorrow.
What? Sorry?
We can't breathe. Get your knees off our necks.
Tickets, guys. You want some?
Well done, the people of Chesterfield. A big cheer. Whee! As someone once said, I had a dream that we could circle the roundabout. And we did. Well done, everyone. Now, whilst we're waiting for everyone to get here, I'm going to have a couple of people reading out the names of black people who had died in custody at the hands of the police. And in between each name, we will shout, "Justice for all." So let's have a practice. I'll do the best lot. These are both in Britain and in America. Oscar Grant.
Justice for all.
Freddie Gray.
Justice for all.
Terence Crutcher.
Justice for all.
Michael Ramos.
Justice for all.
Dominique White.
Justice for all.
Olinado Castile.
Justice for all.
Amadou Diallo.
Justice for all.
Manuel Loggins.
Justice for all.
Ronald Madison.
Justice for all.
Where's Lorna?
Natasha McKenna,
Justice for all.
Walter Scott,
Justice for all.
Christian Taylor,
Justice for all.
Elsa Ford,
Justice for all.
Yvette Smith,
Justice for all.
Jamar Clark,
Justice for all.
Cherie Francis,
Justice for all.
Manuel Loggins,
Justice for all.
Latanya Haggerty,
Justice for all.
Sean Bell,
Justice for all.
Eric Gardner,
Justice for all.
Alton Sterling,
Justice for all!
Akil Deakins,
Justice for all!
Gregory Gunn,
Justice for all!
Samuel Dubos,
Justice for all!
Brendan Glenn,
Justice for all!
Freddie Gray.
Justice for all!
Natasha McKenna,
Justice for all!
Walter Scott,
Justice for all!
Christian Taylor,
Justice for all!
Excel Ford,
Justice for all!
Yvette Smith,
Justice for all!
Jamal Clark,
Justice for all!
Cherie Francis,
Justice for all!
Manuel Loggins,
Justice for all!
Latanya Haggerty.
Justice for all!
Right, we'll just do a few health workers. No, we've still got non-health workers.
Linda Clark,
Justice for all!
Ruben Munoz,
Justice for all!
Dr. Kamlesh Masson,
Justice for all!
Esther Akinsanya,
Justice for all!
Barry England,
Justice for all!
Lord Campbell.
Justice for all!
Okay, Amor Gaetano,
Black Lives Matter!
Maureen Ellington,
Black Lives Matter!
Cheryl Williams,
Black Lives Matter!
Josiane Coley,
Black Lives Matter!
Delaney Medell.
Black Lives Matter!
Simon, are you ready for the song? Okay, can you hear me here? Right, we're going to do three things now. We're going to have two speeches and a song. The song is taken from an event 5 years ago. Can you hear me at the bottom? 5 years ago, an American called Michael White was killed by the police in Ferguson, St. Louis. And a few days later, there was a big concert in the Philharmonic Hall in St. Louis. And in the middle of it, a black soprano got up and started singing this song that we're going to hear. But the words that she used then had Michael Brown in the title. This time, obviously, we're going to have George Floyd. So give a big welcome to Simon Ball, who's going to lead us in the song, and there's a call. When you get used to it, you can join in. Which side are you on?
Sorry about that, I've just had to remember the tune. It's only 2 lines. Okay, justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Justice for George Floyd is justice for George Floyd. Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? One more. Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Justice for George Floyd is justice for us all. Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on?
Good afternoon, Chesterfield. First of all, I'd like to thank the organisers of this excellent protest for enabling us to protest safely. But we can still protest. Black lives do matter, all lives matter. But black lives matter because they are the ones that are in most danger all over the world and sadly in this country. I'm really pleased that so many of you have been able to turn out today, and we've had messages from people who are still isolating or working this afternoon sending their best wishes. We are sending a very clear message to everyone that racism is not welcome in Chesterfield. Thank you.
Lorna Brady, who is representing the African Caribbean Association in Chesterfield. Lorna. Big welcome for Lorna.
Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to see so many people out today. I just really wanted to say that I grew up in Chesterfield. I was born in Chesterfield. My parents came from the Caribbean, from Jamaica in 1962 as part of the Windrush generation. And at that time, it was a really difficult time for them with discrimination and racism. I grew up with 4 brothers, and we were first generation born to the UK. And we faced our own difficulties as well during those times. I've since then had children, so by my side is my son. But I just really wanted to say that these past couple of weeks have been truly emotional for me. The death of George Floyd, rest in peace. The brutal and inhumane circumstances to his death really it brought me to tears, truly brought me to tears. But what was worse about the situation was, for me, it's not been the first time. There's been many deaths under similar circumstances in America, but sadly in the UK as well. That has gone not unreported, but not to the same degree as George Floyd on this occasion. Now, I did feel that I wanted to say, as a black woman, this could have been me. There's been black women that have died under these circumstances, but my greater fear has been for my sons, for the men in my life, my sons, my nephews, my brothers, and even my father. They've all been at great risk of this could have happened to any of them. Now, it is that sad realisation of this is what we face as black people in this society. It's a true reality for us. I've always been an optimist, and I look at this situation and I feel some good needs to come from it. You know, it's an opportunity for us all to come together. And just stood here today and looking out at the Chesterfield community, old, young, of all races, we're all coming together as one, as a unity, to stand up and say, Black lives do matter, is a joy to my heart. And I just wanted to finish by saying, or just sharing a quote from a black American woman. She's a poet, an author, an activist, Maya Angelou. And this is something I've always said to my children, and it's something that I live by, and that is, when you know better, you do better. And I'd like to think that we all know better now, and that we will all come together to do better and to make a change. This is not just a one-time moment, it's a time for us all to keep this momentum going, and that we all come together as unity. It's not a black issue, it's not a white, it's all of us to stamp out injustice, discrimination, and just champion equality for all. Thank you.
Please give a big welcome to Farouk.
Hello, welcome. I wasn't expecting to say anything, but on the request of Jeannie and James, I'll say a few words. But first and foremost, I think this picture paints more than I could say in words, the unity, people from all walks of life coming together today to make this protest. But first and foremost, I think we should have a round of applause for the organisers of this rally, to Jeannie, James, Barbara, and all these guys that have done a wonderful job. I didn't have anything prepared. I think I'll just repeat what I said at Rickmore Square the other day. Like many of you, when the news first broke and I first saw those harrowing pictures of that officer who I refused to name to further give him any more publicity, when he was kneeling on the neck of George and he was breathing his last, the first feeling was of anger, of despondency, of despair. But then that quickly left me with one feeling which I couldn't shake, which is, how many before George? George is one. How many hundreds, if not thousands, before George have lost their lives as a result of police brutality? And sad to say, how many more after this? Because racism is evil, and at its root, when the leaders of the free world, and indeed the leaders of this country, Boris Johnson, can say such words of hatred, and as a direct or indirect result of this, we see the final result of this, which is the loss of life of an innocent young man. So when our leaders say such things, whether it be on Twitter or their social media platforms, or whether it be at the box of the Commons, this then filters down into society at large. This officer, when he knelt on the neck of George, he did so full well knowing that many before him had done so, and he could do so with impunity. Why? Because in the end, he'll be put in front of a jury of his peers, and like many others before him, he'll be acquitted. Our message here today to those people that are in charge of the free world, they're in charge of this country, our message to Boris Johnson is this: your words have an effect. And as we come out of the other side of this pandemic and things begin to normalise and Brexit comes back on the horizon, our message to those in the corridors of power at Westminster is this: we will not and we cannot allow you to forget all the lives that were lost as a result of dealing with this pandemic a large proportion of which were from the black and minority ethnic communities. So what we must do moving forward, we cannot and we must not allow this to end here. We must challenge those that are in power to watch what is said. And we must, for the sake of our future generations, carry on with this struggle. In 2020, racism should have no place in society. And for this, we have to leave behind a legacy in which our children can value each other, not based on the colour of anybody's skin, their creed, their colour, their religion, but to their contributions to society. Thank you.
The prophet says that it's best this way. So if we could all take the knee or raise a fist or just simply hold your placard high, we'll try and get a photograph. That looks fantastic. What do we say?
Black Lives Matter!
What do we say?
Black Lives Matter!
What do we say?
Black Lives Matter!
What did he say?
I can't breathe!
What did he say?
I can't breathe!
What did he say?
I can't breathe!
What do we say? Justice for George Floyd. What do we say?
Justice for George Floyd! Justice for George Floyd!
Justice for George Floyd. Justice for George Floyd. Justice for George Floyd.
Justice for George Floyd!
Justice for George Floyd.
Justice for George Floyd! 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 Justice for George Floyd!
Okay, now the last thing I want to say is this. Farouk is quite right, everyone knows this doesn't end today, but it has been a fantastic beginning. And if you want to keep involved, if you've registered to come here, we've got your emails. We certainly will email you with all the information we have about future protests. If you haven't registered, at the front here, there are some pink clipboards if you want to leave an email. Otherwise, you can simply go to the Chesterfield SUTR Facebook page. Stand Up to Racism, abbreviated to SUTR. So look for Chesterfield SUTR. And tomorrow, nationally, Stand Up to Racism is having a fantastic online rally, which you can join, and the details are on the Facebook page now. And on Monday, once a month, we have an organising meeting for Stand Up for Racism in Chesterfield. You're all welcome to join us on Zoom. And the number for joining us on Zoom, again, we will email to you, or you can look on the Facebook page. Because we have to continue this struggle. We have to continue this struggle till there's no more black deaths at the hands of cops. That's what we have to say, that those cops should be brought to justice, but that every police person in the world should take note and say that Black Lives Matter. We're going to continue this struggle until Black Lives Matter in our health service are recognised for the terrible harm that's been done. Stand Up to Racism is demanding an independent inquiry into why. It's 4 times more likely if you're black that you will die from COVID-19, and 2 times more likely if you're a health worker that you will die. We know some of the underlying causes, and those are things we have to fight for too. We have to fight for good housing for everyone, good health for everyone, and decent pay for everyone. These things are all interlinked. We're against racism, but we're for equality and justice for all. So thank you for coming. If you're at the back, You can leave that way if you're up the front. Thank you for being so careful to keep everyone safe. No justice, no peace. 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 I remembered one more thing. Next Wednesday is the next Take the Knee Day. I'm not sure we're going to have it with in the flesh, but certainly there will be things to do online. My other dream is that Take the Knee can take over for Clap the Carers. So, my dream is you go back and organise your street for Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. As many streets as possible in Chesterfield to take the knee at 6 o'clock on Wednesday. Take a photograph, even if it's just you and your family. Take a photograph and post it on our Facebook page. Look up the names of the people who've been murdered in police custody. We've read some out today. You can find them. And look at the stories of them all. And we're not going to allow those stories to be repeated. So finally, thank you and safe journey home.